everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for this week's reading vlog, I have decided that I'm going to do a video where I continue series I'm in the middle of, because I realised recently I'm in the middle of quite a lot of series and I need to get some more of them read. So yeah, I thought I would I'm going to read 4 books for this video, and I have them already got them picked out, and I have already started one of them because I started it before I realised I don't want to do this video. But yeah, no, these are all the books that I want to read in the next week. Before I get on with showing you the books that I want to read for this video, please like, comment, subscribe and hit that little bell just so you can get notified every time I upload. I'm on a mission to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year, and I'm currently on 53 at the moment, so still got quite a bit of a way to go, but I think I can do it. And if you interact with my video, it means it gets out on the algorithm and I get more views and stuff. So yeah, and if I do get to 100 subscribers, like I've said before, I will be doing a giveaway. So the books I want to read for this week are, the first one is Cut Up by Liz Tomforde. This is the one I have already started. I'm currently 170 pages into this. I'm really loving it. This is the 3rd book in the Windy City series. I already read the first 2 this month. I read Mile High and The Right Move earlier this month. And The Right Move is featured in this video here, which was reading my favourite booktubers 5-star read, so go and check that out. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this. I love a single parent trope, and this book has that trope in it, and I'm having the best time. I am reading it on my Kindle, not in the physical, but I like to still put my bookmark in the physical so I can kind of see where I'm up to. The next book I want to read is Wildfire by Hannah Grace. I read Icebreaker at the start of this month. I absolutely adored it, and I have the audiobook of this because I bought it on Audible when I think it was like $2.99 on sale or something. And I really, really loved Icebreaker, so I'm hoping I love Wildfire just as much. The next one is Air of Fire by Sarah J Maas. This was actually picked for my October TBR. This one, I basically contacted all my friends and was like, hey, if I send you my physical TBR shelf from my Goodreads, will you please pick a book for me to read? And Ida picked this one because I've already started this, and she also loves the Throne of Glass series. I'm currently 72 pages in, so I am excited to get back into this world because I do miss it. I've just been on a big romance kick at the moment, but I want to get back into reading more fantasy because it's that time of year. Like autumn/fall time always feels like a fantasy time to me. And then the last book I want to read for this video is Legacy of the Heirs by Laura Carter. This is the 2nd book in the Lost Kingdom saga, and this book was picked for me by Lex to read because she picked this one off of my TBR, and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also scared because apparently this book makes everyone cry. So you know, yes, this is the 4th book I want to read for this video. So those are all the books that I'm going to read, try and read over the next week. It might take me longer than a week, but those are all the books I want to read for this. I'm probably not going to read anything tonight because I am completely exhausted. I started university this week and it's kind of drained me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to chill tonight, I think, and then I'm going to carry on reading Caught Up tomorrow on my Kindle. feel like such a bad YouTuber when I'm filming reading vlogs, because sometimes I just forget to pull out my camera, well, my phone, and get the camera up on my phone to film something for my reading vlogs. But yeah, no, I have actually now finished reading Caught Up. If you saw my previous clip, I obviously had like a little pamper night. I had a nice like bath and stuff because my legs were killing me because I started back at the gym on Wednesday, and my personal trainer Emma does not pull any punches. She got me working at it straight away. So my legs have been dying a little bit ever since. So I had a little pamper night at that, and I had just some like bath salts and bubble bath, and I got a bit more of my book read. I only read like 1 or 2 chapters that night, but I finished reading this yesterday and I gave it a 5-star. This goddamn book is so good. I love it so much. I love this series so much. It's like, I think it's my favorite sports romance series now. I just love all the characters, the romance stories between the relationships, the bonds they all have, and just... Okay, quick spoiler for this. So if you've not read this book, then skip to this time. But the scene where Max called Miller Mama, I full on cried. I fucking cried because I was like, oh my god, I was not prepared for this to happen. And yeah, no, I fucking sobbed. I don't tend to cry at books, but this one made me cry from just that. It was obviously happy tears, but still, I cried. So now I think you're probably expecting me to go on to one of the books that I said at the start of this video I was reading. No. I'm too hyperfixated and I need to read this. So this book will be having 5 books in it instead of 4. So I just decided to incorporate this into this video just because it is like continuing series I'm in the middle of, and if I read this I will be completely caught up. No pun intended. With this entire series. So yeah, no, I am going to be reading this now. I'm hoping to finish it hopefully tomorrow, because I'm not doing anything tomorrow apart from going to the gym in the morning. And then I'm just waiting in because I have an iPad being delivered. I'm so excited. I finally took the plunge and bought myself an iPad because I've been wanting one for such a long time, and it means I can finally stop having to use my gross disgusting laptop for stuff like timers and shit. But yeah, no, I'm gonna read this now. I'm reading it on my Kindle, and after I read this I will be moving on to Heir of Fire because I'm really excited to carry on with the Throne of Glass series. So it has been a very long time since I've updated this vlog, and that's because I've not really been reading the last couple of days. But I am going to get some reading done tonight because the lovely Ellen Catherine is doing a if I can turn the screen around. There we go. She's doing a little yap/reading sprint session. So we're in the middle of the first, or we're just started the first sprint right now. And I'm still reading Play Along by Liz Tomforde. I'm currently on chapter 11, which is page 93. And I'm hoping to read around about 30 to 40% of this tonight. Because if we do, I think, like 3 reading sprints, then yeah. I'm going to get on to reading and then I will update in a little bit. Hello everybody, so I finished reading Play Along last night. It's been a couple of days later. I'm currently ill, which is not fun. But being ill also means I have a chance to read for a bit. So I'm going to move on to my next book for this video, which is Heir of Fire by Sarah J Maas. I have the audiobook of this, so luckily I don't have to put too much mental energy into it because I'm so exhausted. But yeah, no, there's a 24-hour readathon currently going on in Alan's Patreon Discord, so I'm going to join in on that and get some reading done and hopefully not die in the process. You can tell I'm ill because I forgot to mention I gave Play Along 5-star. I absolutely adored it. I'll do a proper review at the end of this video of all the books I read because I'm currently too ill to English right now, but yeah. So it's currently around 10:25 in the evening, and I've made it like just over halfway through this book. I'm on page 335. I don't know how many hours into the readathon we all are, because it started at 8 a.m, but I slept most of the day and I didn't join until like late this afternoon. But I'm gonna carry on reading this. I should finish this in like the next 2 hours, I think. I'm really enjoying it. I just love this series and I'm so happy to be back in this world. I love Selena and Rowan. I'm having a great time. And then after this, I'm either going to read Wildfire or or Legacy of the Heirs. So I will decide soon. So I just finished reading Heir of Fire by Sarah J Maas and it's a 5-star. I loved it so much. I love this series. Like, obviously I took a break for a while because I wanted to I was going a bit slumpy, so I wanted to read some romances, and I read a lot of romance books last month. I think all the books I read were romance. So I read 16 romance books, 17 actually, because I read one romance book at the start of this month. But I just finished reading this and it was so good, and I had the best time doing it on the readathon on Alan's Discord. Honestly, just getting to talk to everyone on there is just so fun. They're all such sweet girls. Like, they're all so lovely and kind and funny, and we've like done reading sprints and yap sessions, and the yap sessions are just 10 out of 10 because we had the best time. But yeah, no, I've had a great time doing this and I really enjoyed reading Heir of Fire, and the sprints has definitely motivated me to get this book read. And I know I said I was going to go either on to Wildfire or Legacy of the Heirs next, but the hyperfixation has taken over again and I kind of have to read Queen of Shadows. I have to. I'm addicted and I need to read it. I don't actually know how many pages is this. 1 second. So this is 645 pages, so it's only like 100 more pages than Heir of Fire was, and I think I may be able to read at least half of this tonight, or maybe all of it tomorrow. I don't know. I probably could finish it in a day because I have the audiobook and I listen to my audiobooks on really fast speeds. But I love all the characters and I love the stories and everything, and I'm just so happy. So yeah, I'm going to go on to this, and then I think this either may be the last book for this video, because this will be my 4th book for the video, or I will still read Wildfire and maybe Legacy of the Heirs. I'm not sure. I know I had a planned TBR for this video, but I'm a mood reader, and if I stick to a TBR it puts me in such a slump and I won't want to read. But like, I loved reading caught up, and then I loved Play Along and had to read them, and then I just, once I got into reading Air of Fire, I've absolutely adored it, and I just really want to go on to this. So, and they've stuck with the theme of the video. I've carried on with reading series I'm in the middle of, so yeah, had the best time with Air of Fire. Now I'm going to move on to this, and I will update again later. Okay, we're ignoring how disgusting I look, sound, and how disgusting this angle is. I'm ill, so I'm not giving a long update, but I made a start on this last night. I only got 62 pages in because I was tired, and obviously I'm ill. But I'm going to read this now and try and get in as far as I can. There probably won't be many more updates for the rest of this video because I am losing my voice, and this goes up in literally like 2 days. So So as you can probably tell, I'm doing a lot better than I was in my last clip that I filmed. That illness really knocked me out for a good while, so that is why there was no videos on my channel last week. I just wasn't well at all, and I was just not going to force myself to upload anything. If you follow me over on my Instagram, I did mention it on my story, so if you ever do want updates on like if I'm not uploading or something, go and follow my Instagram, because that is where I will put a message up on my story saying if I am or I'm not uploading, and I always share my video on my story when I do upload. But I did end up finishing Queen of Shadows, and I ended up making that the last book for this video because I do want to get this video out as soon as possible. And as you can probably tell as this video has gone on, I have not stuck to my TBR that I set myself, and that is very much because I am a mood reader and I just like to read whatever catches my eye. So I'm going to go through the books that I have read. I read 2 of the ones I did put on my TBR for this video, and then 2 of them were ones that weren't on my TBR. So if you remember from the start of the video, I said I was going to read Caught Up, Heir of Fire, Legacy of the Heirs, and Wildfire. Now, I did end up reading Caught Up and Heir of Fire, but I did not read Legacy of the Heirs or Wildfire. But we'll go on to the ones I did actually read and my opinions on them. So the first one I read for this video was Caught Up by Liz Tomforde. This is a 5-star read. I absolutely adored this book so much. I love this series so much. It's like, I've got to say, it's my all-time favourite sports romance series now. I've read the Off-Campus series and this one, and I do have to just say, I've also read the first 2 books in the Boys of Tommen series, and I know that's also classed as a sports romance as well. But this is my all-time favourite sports romance series. I love the characters, I love the relationships, I love the friendships, I love the found family aspect of it all, and I just adore every single thing about this series, and I loved this book. I loved Miller and Kai and Max. Max was such a little cutie, and if you saw my reactions to this book in my video, you know how much I adored it, and I can't wait for the 5th book in this series to come out. And when I finished reading this, I could not hold back, which then leads me on to the next book I read for this video, which was Play Along by Liz Tomford. This is the 4th book in the Windy City series, and it's the last one that's out at the moment. Rio's book, which is book 5, does not come out until I think like January, February next year, so I have a bit of a wait until that book comes out, and I'm slowly dying from having to wait. But I loved this so much. I loved Kennedy, I loved Isaiah, I loved learning about their relationships and their struggles, and like Kennedy's issues with like physical touch and intimacy was like just something that was really heartbreaking. And just like Isaiah's past with with like obviously his mom and everything, and his anxieties, and like because of the way he's portrayed, he's like portrayed in the story, you wouldn't think he's someone who suffers with stuff like that, but he does. And it's just so beautifully written, and I love this, and I love this series so goddamn much. And I have to say, I think my ranking from like favourite to least favourite for this, well, not least favourite because I love all of them, they're all 5 stars, but it's going to have to be The Right Move, Caught Up, Play Along, and then Mile High, because I do still love Mile High, and it is still a 5-star read for me, but the rest of them definitely beat it down to the last spot in my list. But you know, this book was just absolutely amazing, a 5-star read, and I cannot wait for Rio's book to come out in the new year. So the next book that I was meant to read for this video that I did was actually on my TBR from the start was Heir of Fire by Sarah J Maas. This is the 3rd or 4th book? The 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, and I rated this 5-star. It was so good. I love these characters. I love being back in this world after taking a break, because I originally started this book in... I am still getting over my cold and stuff from when I was ill. But anyway, as I was saying, this is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, and I loved being back in this world. I originally started this book on the, I think like 28th of August or something, but I soft DNF'd it for a while just because I found myself going into a slump because I'd read a lot of fantasy in one go. So I wanted to take a break and read some romance, which I did. As you can tell from my September wrap up, I read 16 romance books in a month, but this book, once I got back into this book and this world, I fell in love again, and I remembered why I loved the characters and the storylines. I love Selena. I just love everything about it, and I loved like her meeting Rowan and everything. And I'm not going to spoil anything because obviously this is the 3rd book in a major fantasy series, but yeah, no, I loved it. It was completely amazing. I loved the characters, I loved the world, and I just love getting to know more and more about them and learning more about the characters as I go on through the story. And then when I finished that, I was very much hyperfixated on the series again, because obviously I fell in love with it again after reading Heir of Fire. So I had to pick up Queen of Shadows, which is the 4th book in the Throne of Glass series. It feels weird calling them like the 3rd and 4th book because to me this is the 5th, because I read Assassin's Blade first, but it is technically the 4th book in the series. But yeah, no, I absolutely adored Queen of Shadows. I loved getting to see more of badass Selena. I just loved, she's a badass anyway, but I loved getting to see more of her character development, and I love Manon and all of them, and I just loved all the characters, and I'm so happy with how this book ended. And I've now moved on to the tandem read of this series, which I am taking a little bit of a break from in the middle of it because it's a very intense thing to read, because it's basically like you're reading like a 1,000-page fantasy book, because obviously I'm reading 2 at the same time. But I am really enjoying doing that. But with this one, I just loved it. I loved the story. I loved everything about it, and it was just, it wrapped up a few things from the previous books that I'm so happy to see them get wrapped up. And then I got to see more characters, and I fell more in love with certain people, and yeah, no, I had the best time with this book, and I love this series so much. It's like it's so special to me now. Like, I love the ACOTAR series, but I do have to say I think I prefer Throne of Glass to ACOTAR. So yeah, that is every book that I read for this video. I didn't read the books that I planned for my TBR for it, but I did still stick to the premise of the video, which was continuing series I'm in the middle of, and I finished a series and I finished 2 massive books in another series. So I still say that this vlog is a win, and I will eventually get to reading Wildfire and Legacy of the Heirs. They are on my TBR still. It's just gonna be a little while until I get to them. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said at the start, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.